Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's up? What's going on? Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Your friend Dean Kulaweera here. Welcome to my Wednesday live stream segment. Appreciate you tuning in. So every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time zone, I'm right here, except for last Wednesday. So my apologies. I did not do my live stream last Wednesday, but I'm back at it again this week, folks. Now I don't know where you folks are at, but here in Toronto, it is wet and rainy. We've been having rain since like yesterday, not like aggressive rainfall, like not those torrential downpours or anything like that. But we had a power outage actually in my area yesterday. Well, not my area, but just my building where I live. And I'm not sure why, because it wasn't like thunder, lightning, and something drastic or something. It just the power went out, and then my internet's not working. So right now I'm using my cell phone data. So my apologies, folks, if like I'm not sure how stable my cell phone data is going to be, or if it can even handle these type of live streams. But hopefully, I mean, so far so good. I mean, I don't think there's any issues. But if you feel like my audio or my video is lagging, just give me a heads up in the comments. Not much I can do, but hey, hopefully I'm able to go ahead with today's session and help you folks out there, right? So first of all, shout out to everyone tuning in on LinkedIn, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not gonna live stream on Instagram today, but if you are following me on Instagram, well, I guess you can't see this, but you can follow me on Instagram as well if you want to, check out my job search content on those channels. We got my friend Samson in the house from YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in, Samson. Good to have you here. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got Katija in the house, my friend Katija. Awesome. Thanks so much for tuning in, Katija. By the way, if you're a newcomer to Canada, folks, Katija is a great person to follow. She does a lot of content on helping newcomers to Canada, right? People new to the country in settling in, and ideas and strategies and tips and a whole bunch of great stuff. So, hey, make sure you follow Katija. Thanks so much for tuning in, Katija. Hope you're doing great. And again, if you're watching this if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Dean Kulaweera. So my background is as an IT recruiter. So I share tips, advice, strategies to help job seekers out based on my experiences working in recruitment in the recruitment industry as an IT recruiter for I think now it's like almost 9 years. And I recently started on my own agency, so I am actively recruiting in IT again, and I'll get into that in a short while. But today's session is I wanted to leave it open, so any pressing job search questions or concerns, or maybe there's something you're going through, folks. If you're watching this, don't be shy. I want you to put in the comments, and I'm happy to share my perspective as a recruiter. Yes, I do recruit in IT. It doesn't matter what field you're in. I try to share tips, advice, and my perspective that would apply regardless of your field. Now, of course, if you're in IT, I can probably give you a more specific tips and advice, at least in regards to a recruitment standpoint. So don't be shy. Let me know in the comments what your questions are. Happy to share my perspective. All right. And again, if this is your first time tuning in, every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time zone, I'm right here. So mark your calendars, and you're most welcome to tune in. Before we get started, make sure you hit me up with a like, and always appreciate any shares, just in case there's anyone else in your network that might benefit from today's session or from following me. I'm always putting out job search content to help job seekers out there. So while I wait for you folks to put in your job search related questions, if you have any, I'm just going to share a quick thought for the day, okay? Because I was thinking a lot about job searching overall. Like, when you think about job searching, like, what is your strategy, folks? I definitely want to hear what your strategy is in the comments. So definitely let me know what your overall strategy is. But what I want to talk about here is a fundamental, and this is going to be today's job search tip of the day that I want you folks really thinking about as you're going about your job search, because this concept is so important. If you can understand this one concept, I'm not saying it's like some magic bullet, but if you understand this one concept, this will help you better rearrange, map out your job search, and really plan out a strategy, because everything in relation to your job search is based on this one thing. And that one thing, folks, is simply this: attention. Getting attention for yourself. That is the fundamental. That is the basis of any good job search strategy. So whether you're getting advice from myself or someone else out there, maybe you got a coach, or maybe you got someone else out there that you follow, whatever their strategy is, whatever the strategy you're following, if it does not get you more attention, then it's not really a strong strategy, because any effective job search strategy should assist you in increasing the level of attention you bring to yourself, right? Because and I wrote and I did a post about this, I think on I think it was a video or a Twitter post or something where I spoke about this, where I spoke about, look, the fundamental to any effective good job search strategy is the level in which you increase your visibility in the marketplace, getting attention for yourself. And look, everything in your job search. Okay, so let's talk about your resume, networking, communicating with the recruiters, interviews, social media, right? LinkedIn, and whatever else, maybe industry events that you're attending. Like, you have to, folks, you got to view all of these different angles, all these different channels and avenues. You have to look at it through this magnifying glass of, is it getting me attention? Because if it's not getting you attention, that it's not really fulfilling what it should be fulfilling for you in your job search. So the fundamental to a great job search strategy, any great job search strategy, and whatever your strategy is, and feel free to share it in the comments, but you need to increase attention for yourself. Attention is the most valuable currency in your job search. If you're taking notes, you want to write that down. Getting attention, increasing your visibility, increasing your visibility to the marketplace. When I say marketplace, I mean to recruiters, to hiring managers, to companies, organizations. The degree to which that is effective is the degree to which you're able to increase and get attention for yourself. If people don't know you exist, then you don't exist, right? If you've been following me for a while, you hear me say that a lot. And this is what I mean when I say this, right? If I don't know you exist, okay, let's say I'm recruiting right now on some position that's related to your skill set. Well, guess what? If I don't know you exist, then to me, you don't exist. I don't know. I'm not aware that you are someone that I can potentially speak to in the marketplace. So what are you doing, folks, to increase that visibility for yourself? Right? Are you commenting on relevant posts on LinkedIn? Are you getting your resume out there? Are you speaking with and having conversations with the recruiters? Are you getting yourself in front of hiring teams? And look, even if you don't move ahead in the process, even if you don't move ahead into the next step of the interview process, or even get an offer on the table, at a very basic level, if you're increasing the level of attention and visibility you're getting for yourself, then you're doing something right, right? Everything else, I mean, it comes down to how many people you can get in front of, how well you sell yourself at your interviews, how well you're communicating. Yes, those things matter. But if at a fundamental level you're not getting attention for yourself, then your job search strategy is in a weak position, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. I think we got some comments here. So we got someone says, hello, Dean. I have a question about resume services. Sure, feel free to ask me your question. I guess that same person says, how to improve your chances of getting an offer if you are already making it to second or final stage of hiring. Okay, so basically what this person is asking is, look, let's say that they're in the first, they passed the first stage of the interview process, they're in the second stage or third stage or something like that. How do you increase your chances of getting that offer letter on the table? Well, look, there's many aspects to really connecting with and impressing a hiring team, right? Whoever this person is. Sorry, it doesn't say your name, so I'm not sure who you are. But look, there's many aspects to really impressing, connecting with the hiring team, and likability, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, right? Personality and all this, company culture, team culture fit. Yes, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But at a fundamental level, and I talk about fundamentals all the time because it's the most simple. I like to take a very simple, straightforward approach to anything, whether it's recruiting or whether it's job searching, right? But at a fundamental level, like, if you want to increase your chances in getting that offer letter on the table, folks, is to simply show how you're going to help the hiring team solve the problem that they need help with resolving, and achieving whatever outcomes and results in ROI that they're looking to achieve. And in order for you to do this, you have to really focus on the intersection between you and them. You being you as the expert, the person with the knowledge, the expertise, the ability to solve the problem, and them being the organization, right? What are their challenges? What are their pain points? What are the major outcomes, ROI, that they're looking to achieve? What is their hiring motivation, right? These are like simple things that you folks, the better your ability to understand these fundamentals. Why is the company looking to hire? What is the sense of urgency? Why do they need someone right now? What is the motivation? What are the outcomes? What are the end results? What's the real ROI that they're looking to achieve by hiring someone for this role? Understanding that versus what you bring to the table, and highlighting those relevant aspects, those relevant things you bring to the table, that's going to put you in a much stronger position to really move yourself further ahead in the process and get the hiring team seeing, hey, you know what? This person does appear to have all the right things that we need in order to move this project forward, bring it to a close, or achieve whatever outcome and result we're looking for. So, look, I'm not saying that this is going to 100% result in you getting the outcome you want, which is an offer letter. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is if you can do that, if you can focus on that intersection between what you bring to the table and what the hiring team is looking to accomplish by hiring you, if you can focus on that intersection, you're going to put yourself in a much stronger position to make a great impression, and not just make a great impression, not just appeal to those emotional aspects of hiring, because look, as human beings we typically do get moved by the emotional aspects of making decisions, but you also want to have that logical, you want to arm the hiring team with the logic to move ahead with you as well. There has to be logical reasons, right? If you want to increase your chances in doing that, my suggestion is focus on that intersection between what you bring to the table and what they're looking to accomplish by hiring you, right? So hope that helps. Whoever that is, let me know in the comments. Definitely happy to hear if that helped you out. All right. We got Samson in the house. So Samson says, "Hey Dean, good timing for this Q&A. I live in London. I work for a large finance organization. I work in admin support with IT. We have recently been notified that redundancies are coming." Okay, sorry to hear about that, Samson. And I think, Samson, you're continuing your question at the bottom here. And Samson says, "I'm due to start a BA diploma next month." Now, by BA, Samson, do you mean a bachelor's or do you mean like a business analyst diploma or something like that? If you can clarify that. Well, I guess it is a business analyst diploma. So Samson says, "I'm finding it hard to find an entry-level BA job. I can stay in my company and ask for a new role as a BA. Should I stay and gain experience or look for a new job somewhere else as admin until I get a BA role?" So Samson, this is a great question. And by the way, Samson, this is a great question. And what I want you to do, Samson, something I want to help you out with is, if you're still on the stream, send me a message after the stream. This was a great question you asked. So I want to hook you up with my PDF, How to Run Recruiters Through Your Resume. So it's a free PDF that I want to give, help you out with. So if you can send me a message on LinkedIn, if you can look me up on LinkedIn, Samson, send me a message. I definitely want to hook you up with that free PDF. All right. So Samson's situation is, look, Samson's saying he's doing a BA diploma next month, finding it hard to find an entry-level BA job. And he wants to know, should I stay at my company and ask for a new role as a BA, or should I gain experience somewhere else? All right. So what my suggestion is, Samson, do both. Look, ultimately, Samson, and the rest of you out there, you got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for yourself and what your career goals are. So first and foremost, Samson, get clear on what your end goal is. So it sounds like you know what you want, Samson. You want to get into a business analyst position. So that's the first step. So it looks like you're already clear on that, and you're doing the BA diploma, which is great. Now, the second thing, Samson, is you need to take inventory of any transferable skills you bring to the table. Now, I think you said you are in an admin support role right now. So what are those transferable skills you have right now, Samson, that you can bring into a BA role, into a business analyst position? You need to take inventory of those transferable skills. That's what you want to highlight on your resume. That's what you want to highlight at your interviews as well. Those transferable skills, even if it's an entry-level role. I don't care if it's entry-level. I don't care if it's senior. Employers want to know what you bring to the table that you can leverage for this position they're considering you for. That's step number 2. Now, step number 3, Samson, is you want to do both, right? You want to see what opportunities exist within the current company you're at. So sit down with your manager, let him know that, hey, look, I'm currently doing a BA diploma. I'm really interested in exploring any other opportunities within the company where I can leverage this and put my existing skills to use. And have a conversation, just see if there's any opportunities within the company itself, right? Unless you don't want your manager to know that you're studying the BA stuff and you want to get into a BA role. I mean, only you know your situation, Samson. If that's the case, then don't do that. But definitely see if you can have a conversation with your manager and see if there's any existing opportunities within this current company you're at. Always see, and this, by the way, this goes to everyone else out there. Look, always see how you can navigate your existing organization as well. Unless it's some toxic environment and you want to get out of there, hey, that's a different story. But always see how you can navigate your current organization as well, folks, right? I mean, some organizations, especially the larger ones, they might have like good opportunities for you to explore whatever your next career goal is within the existing organization. So see if that's possible, Samson. But at the same time, don't put all your eggs in that one basket, right? See what else is out there. Definitely look out for other organizations out there, other companies, other organizations out there that might be hiring entry-level BAs. But again, remember tip 1 and 2, right? Be clear on what you want, like what type of BA roles you want. Number 2, take inventory and leverage your transferable skills from whatever you've been doing so far, and communicate that, highlight that on your resume as well as at your interviews. And that's what you want to be taking with you forward, Samson, for your job search now on, right? And even if it's an entry level role. And by the way, Samson, I'm not sure if you're doing actual academic projects in your diploma or any stuff like that. You want to leverage that stuff as well, right? Yes, it is academic experience or college experience or university experience or whatever it is, but you still want to leverage that because that's still stuff you're learning that you can apply. It's still knowledge that you can apply to this entry level role. So any projects you did, or if you're able to build out your own portfolio, start doing that as well, Samson, right? That should help you in showing that, hey, yes, I'm new to this field. Yes, it is an entry level. I am an entry level person, but this is the transferable skills I bring, and this is all the projects I've done in relation to this diploma that demonstrate my knowledge, my ability to put things into practice, and the practical ability that I have, right? So hope that helps out, Samson. All the best with that. Yvonne Chang. Okay, so it was Yvonne who wrote that question. So Yvonne says there are so many companies and resume writing services out there. Do you have any recommendations or anyone that you know is a commendable resume service provider? Yeah, so Yvonne, my suggestion, Yvonne, is so I'm not sure what field you're in, Yvonne, but my recommendation is try and find a resume writer that specializes in your field, whatever your field is, because the advice, and this is my personal take on things, right? The advice I would give in relation to, for example, because I recruit for IT, the advice I would give to someone on their IT resume would be, different from maybe some other fields out there. Like, for example, if you're a graphical designer or something, I know a lot of graphical designers, they like to put, fancy fonts and graphics and stuff like that on their resume, which makes sense because they design graphics and stuff. But then if it's an IT resume, this might backfire because a lot of IT resumes, a lot of IT roles find their way into ATS systems, and these graphics and these fonts and stuff like that can get all messed up, right? So anyway, my point is you want to make sure, Yvonne, that in your research, you want to identify a resume writer that's able to, who has specialized in your field, whatever your field is. That would be my recommendation. And the second thing is, unfortunately, I can't personally recommend, Yvonne, because I only like to recommend things where it's a service that I myself have used, and I personally have never used a resume writing service, so I can't personally recommend anyone. But my advice to you, Yvonne, is try and focus on those people that specialize in your field, whatever your field is. And secondly, always look on the internet for reviews, feedback, or reach out to your colleagues, your current or former colleagues, and just see if they might have anyone in mind that they can personally recommend. And if it is a recommendation, make sure it's from someone who has actually used the service themselves, right? So that way, that there's high chances that it's going to be something that works out for you. All right. So, hey, hope that helps, Yvonne. All the best. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Samson says, yes, it's a business analyst diploma. Okay, sounds good. We got Rachan. I think it's Rachan. Let me know if I pronounce your name incorrectly, Rachan. Hopefully I said that right. Rachan says, hello, Dean. I'm new to Canada. Welcome to Canada, Rachan. Good to have you here. Samson says, really appreciate your advice. Sorry, I'm currently having issues with my LinkedIn. We'll find you on Instagram and send you a DM. Thanks again. Yeah, no worries, Samson. Yeah, DM me on Instagram. I am on there, and I'll hook you up with that PDF. All right, great question there. So Rachan says, I have 8+ years experience in automobile supply chain, logistics, and parts procurement, but I have completed diploma from India. Can you please guide me to get a suitable job here? Well, what's your question, Rachan, right? So you got to be clear because I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you please guide me to get a suitable job? I mean, there's so many different things, so many different aspects to getting a job, Rachan, right? Like, I'm not sure what your personal challenges are and what you're experiencing. So, and by the way, Rachan, I'm not picking on you. Like, this goes to many of you out there. I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn and, people commenting and stuff like that, asking for advice. But a lot of you folks are not specific. You're not providing context. You're not being specific. And it just makes it, less, more difficult, I guess, for the person you're asking help from to help because you're not being clear. Like, I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what kind of advice you're asking for, what challenges you're going through. Like, so folks, in order for you to get good answers, you have to ask good questions, right? So this is not just for Rachan. This is for everyone else out there. In order to get good answers, folks, you got to ask good questions, right? Ask specific questions so you can get specific answers, because I don't want to give some generic advice and responses which are not going to help anyone, right? So be specific. All right, so hope that helps. So in the meantime, Rochan, if you want to clarify your question, feel free to clarify that and put that in the comments. But in the meantime, for those of you in IT, I just wanted to give you a rundown of what I'm currently recruiting on right now. Okay, so what I'm currently recruiting on right now, this is for any IT professionals in the Greater Toronto area. This is, by the way, through my new company, Tech Recruiters 360. I thought it would be much more clear, but hey, that's my new staffing agency I just started. So look, what I'm recruiting on right now, I'm actually recruiting on one, two, three, four, like 5 positions actually. All right. So first position I'm recruiting on, I'm looking for a technical analyst. Now, this is ideally someone who is, by all means, like a systems administrator with strong experience with Office 365. It's a full-time permanent position. If that sounds like you or someone you know, send me a direct message. Happy to have a chat with you or provide you with more information. So it's a technical analyst, strong focus on Office 365. In all essences, pretty much like a systems administrator. That is what this role entails. The second position I'm recruiting on, I'm looking for a solutions consultant. This is more of a pre-sales and delivery role. So in this role, what my client's looking for is ideally someone who comes from a strong IT networking technical background, right? So ideally someone who has worked as a technical analyst, network administrator, network analyst, network architect, and is now at a stage where they want to get into maybe pre-sales, delivery, that kind of a position. Or like a solutions consultant type of a role, right? But must come from a strong IT networking background, right? That is non-negotiable. And again, this is a full-time permanent position. So if that sounds like you or someone you know, definitely let me know and send me a direct message. Now, the other role other 2 roles I'm recruiting on, these are now more on the sales side. I'm looking for 2 IT sales account manager roles. Now, these are enterprise level sales folks, all right? So these are not like your little you're selling a few servers here and there, or you're selling keyboards or mice or something like that. No, these are enterprise level IT solutions. Like you have to have experience with enterprise level IT solutions, like from a sales standpoint. So for that, I have a client looking for 2 IT sales account managers, and again, must have experience in enterprise level solutions. All right. So if that sounds like you or someone you know, send me a direct message. Happy to share more information. And the final role I'm recruiting on, looking for a solutions architect. And that is, again, someone who has experience working with pre-sales, delivery teams, professional services teams, and selling and helping to deliver on enterprise level solutions. All right. So if any of these roles sounds like you, if you want more information, feel free to send me a direct message. Happy to help you out with more details about that and seeing if any of those roles might be a good fit. Right now, no sponsorship, folks. So if you're tuning in from outside of Canada, unfortunately, I can't help you with these roles if you're outside of Canada. This is for people who are ideally in the GTA, Greater Toronto area, and in Canada. And I would say I prefer someone in the GTA because although these roles are 100% remote right now, they will eventually get into a hybrid kind of a setup where it's a little bit of remote and a few days a week in the office as well. All right. So I would say the preference is someone in the GTA, Greater Toronto area. All right. So look, any of those roles sounds like you, definitely send me a DM. Happy to share more information with you. All right. We got Rahimul in the house. So shout out to Rahimul. Thanks for tuning in, Rahimul. Rahimul says, "Hi, Dean. This is Rahimul from India. I'm looking for an opportunity in Oracle Fusion SCM functional consultant job in IT company in Canada. So I'd like to know how I can get a job in Canada." Best way to get a job in Canada, Rahimul, is to be in Canada. All right. Look, I get a lot of inquiries from others in your situation, Rahimul, who are outside of the country. But the fact is, Rahimul, like it's a very difficult justification for a company to consider people outside of the country when there's so many people here locally, at least here in Toronto and Canada, that are capable of working the job, right? So my advice to you, Rahimul, look into your immigration options, see if you can find a way to get yourself here in Canada, and that would put me in a better position to potentially help you. Unfortunately, I can't help you while you're overseas. And the other suggestion, Rahimul, is start building your network right now. Start building your network. I would suggest connecting directly with potential hiring managers and actual decision makers. Recruiters such as myself, we're usually expected to find people locally, on the ground, physically in Canada, or depending on what city we're in the city that we're in, right? So hope that helps, Rahimo. All the best in your move to Canada, and let me know when you've arrived in Canada. Right? Hope I can help you at that point. We got Vinod in the house. Vinod says, "Hello, Dean. I have 7+ years experience in quality regulations and medical device regulatory. Can you please guide me to proper ways to reach recruiters effectively for better opportunity in Canada?" Yeah. So Vinod, I'm not sure if you're in Canada. If you're not in Canada, your recruiters are not going to be responses. They're not gonna be open to considering you for positions over here if you're outside of the country. So I'm not sure if you're in Canada or outside of Canada, Vinod, but if you've been reaching out to recruiters and they're not responding to you and you're outside of the country, that's why they're not responding, because you're outside of the country. Recruiters are always and typically always expected by hiring teams to find people locally, right? Now, the exception is if your skill set or your experience, your expertise cannot be found locally in the country or city that we're in, right? That is that's just the reality of the situation, right? If your skills are not found, are not being able to be found locally, that's the only scenario where maybe as a recruiter I might look outside of the country or overseas and stuff like that. But if I'm able to find people in with the skills that you have locally, then it's just a very like I cannot justify to the hiring team why they should ignore people that I can find locally and consider someone who's outside of the country, right? Who might also require sponsorship as well. It's just a difficult justification, right? So, Vinod, my advice to you is probably the same as I gave to Rahimo. So, build your network while you're overseas. Build your network of people over here, and look into your immigration options and see how you can get yourself here. You're going to be in a better position to get employment after you relocate to Canada, right? So, hope that helps, Vinod, and all the best. Rahimo says how to connect connect with HR or recruiter. Please, few tips to share. Yeah, I mean, you're on the platform right now, Rahimo, right? LinkedIn is a great platform to do that. So start connecting with people on LinkedIn. I mean, the platform that you need to use is the one that you're on right now. So use LinkedIn to connect with decision makers, hiring managers, and see if you can build your network before you immigrate and relocate over here. Now, that being said, if those of you doing this, if your idea of networking is reaching out to people and saying, "Hey, I'm in a different country. I'm outside of Canada. I want to move there. I want to get a job there. Can you please help me?" No, that's not gonna work, folks. That's not how. I don't know if that's how things are done outside of Canada, but here in Canada and North America, the U.S., that approach does not work. It's not effective. You can reach out to people and right away start asking things from them. You want to build a relationship, right? Especially if you're doing this on LinkedIn. So connect with people, connect with maybe connect with them based on a common industry. Maybe you work in the same industry. Maybe you worked in similar companies or similar industries. That's how you build a relationship of those commonalities. Not reaching out to people and immediately saying, "Hey, I'm outside of the country. I want to work in Canada. Can you consider me for the position?" No, that's the wrong approach. You're not going to get any responses, folks. Build the relationship, right? Connect with them. Take the time to look at their profile. See what companies they worked at. See what types of projects they worked on. See if you can connect with them on those types of topics before you start asking things from people, right? So build those relationships so that by the time you come here, right, Vinod and Rahimo, by the time you come here, you'll have a strong network, and a strong network that will be willing to help you when you are at that point here in Canada looking for work and looking for new opportunities. All right. So it looks like that's all the questions. Hope everyone got some great information and advice from today's session. And hey, tune in every Wednesday, folks. Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time zone, right here to help you folks out with job search tips, advice, and strategies that you can apply to your job search. And make sure you hit me up with a like and share if you found this session helpful. And follow me on all my social media channels, folks. I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also on TikTok. I don't do any TikTok dances, but I do post 60-second job search video clips as well to help people in their job search. All right. So look, hope today's session was helpful. And Rahimo says, "Thank you so much. Hope I will achieve my dream one day. Happy to hear, Dean." Yeah, Rahimo, don't give up. Don't give up, my friend. All right. Don't get discouraged. Yes, you're gonna reach out to people here. They're gonna ignore you. They're not gonna respond. But that does not mean you give up. And by the way, this is not just for Rahimul. This is for everyone else out there. Look, I know there are people locally here in Toronto or Canada, anywhere else in Canada right now, struggling to find work. Do not give up, folks, right? Your mind is that inside voice is going to tell you people are going to discourage you. Recruiters are going to ignore you. Hiring managers are going to ignore you. They're not going to get back. Companies are going to ghost you. All of that's going to happen, folks. Guess what? Welcome to planet Earth, folks. Nothing is going to be handy dandy and nice and rosy like they show in the movies, right? Not everything is going to be handed to us on a silver platter or a golden platter. Not everything's going to go the way that we want, but that does not mean we give up. It does not mean we give up, right? Keep the dream alive. Whatever you got to do, whatever your dream is, as long as it's realistic, it's achievable, and you're willing to be consistent and stick to it over a period of time if needed. If all those are in play, look, you have no reason to give up. You have no excuse to give up. Stick to your dreams, stick to the process, figure out the process, and keep taking action on the process, whatever your process is, and don't give up, folks. Keep the dream alive, but keep taking action. All right, it's not it's not enough to just feel excited and motivated. You have to take actions. You have to take actions every day which contribute to your dream. Now, in the context of my live stream, I'm always talking about job searching, right? I'm always talking about job searching, but this applies outside of job searching as well. Whatever your dream is, figure out what action steps you need to take to get yourself to where you want to be. And then the next step is, right, and this is, by the way, and this kind of pisses me off, nobody talks about this, but you have to take actions, folks, and you got to take actions consistently, and you got to persist, right? So don't let the no's get to you. Don't let the rejection get to you. Don't let people not getting back to you get to you. Don't let ghosting get to you. Yes, it's unprofessional. Yes, it's really annoying. Yes, I hate it when it happens to me as well. But guess what? That's not going to sway me from my dreams. That's not going to sway me from where I want to be. That's not going to sway me from my mission and my vision, and what I want to accomplish in life, right? So whoever you are out there, I don't care what part of the world you're from, stick to your dream. Don't give up. Keep taking action. Keep taking action continuously, despite the way you feel. And I guarantee, folks, if you keep taking action, if nothing else, at the end of the day, you're gonna feel good about yourself because you did something productive, you were productive, and you stood your ground, you digged your heels in, and you didn't give up. All right. And that's my message to you for today, folks. No matter who you are, where you're in, don't give up, keep pushing through. And I'll see you again next time, next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time zone, right here, for my weekly stream. And also, I'm always putting out various content on social media. So whatever channels you follow me on, you're bound to get some kind of valuable advice. We got my friend Vishal in the house. Vishal says, thank you, Dean. You always get the right information to the job seeker. Oh, I appreciate that, Vishal. Thank you so much. Hey, I really appreciate that feedback, Vishal. So Vishal, if you're still here, send me a direct message as well. I definitely want to hook you up with my free PDF, how to run recruiters through your resume as well. So you can take advantage of that as well, my friend. So I really appreciate that feedback. So send me a direct message afterwards. Just remind me, and I'll send you that PDF, as a thank you. Right. So thanks so much, Vishal. Thanks, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Don't give up. Keep pushing through. I'm pushing. I'm pulling for you. All right. I'm rooting for you. So don't give up. Take care, everyone.